Screaming is still an option, but because
Yeah, there's 5 manacles.
he just pointed over at the manacles.
Like
and
they
I'm
were expecting all of us.
Yeah.
They were prepared for the unlikely event that all of you were effective.
They're efficient cultists. They came prepared with their boombox, their aesthetics.
Boombox.
But, I like to think that there's a set of manacles that is just like a foot lower than the rest.
No, they don't mind hanging a couple of them.
I was gonna say no. There's like one of those. There's one of those little child steps to get you up to it.
It's just got like a stepping stool under him, and they're like, "We're cultists, not savages."
So, I'm gonna give you a few moments to make the first move. As well, actually, the first move was the gesture from the person farthest from you, who just sort of motioned to the northern wall. We'll put the ball in your court.
I guess they were expecting us to move up.
Are they expecting us to move there, or are the ones that are not behind the ritual pedestal coming towards us?
They're not coming towards you. They're looking at you. I mean, you can't see their faces, so their facial expression would be hard to determine. But their posture
but they're not coming
seems
at us.
to be one of stress-free expectation.
Sophia, I think they want us to walk over to the manacles.
I will walk over to the manacles.
Okay.
Can I walk over? I want to walk over to a manacle, but I want to accidentally bump into the brazier.
There'll be a surprise attack.
And knock it over.
Sure. You look like it would be not unusual for you to trip.
Yeah. I'm in a daze. Oh no.
Make me a performance roll.
I do not have that. Unskilled it is. Ooh! Ooh!
Explodey!
Oh, did I do it at -2? Okay, yeah, it already did it. Okay.
Yeah. As you don't have the skill yet. It builds then.
Yeah.
It looks like a success with a raise. Perhaps you should sign up for a few drama classes or something. Your performance looks like it's quite good.
Oh dear, I've fallen and can't get up.
You make an exceedingly convincing ruse of you. You're sort of behind Sophia. You wait until the moment when Sophia sort of whirls around with her back to the wall to indicate that you're going to step aside so that she doesn't bump into you. So while you're avoiding her, you do. How would you like to knock this over? I could see you sort of kicking one of the legs of the, it's sort of like not a tripod. None of these legs are connected, but they all extrude from the base of this brazier.
Oh yeah.
And do you want to spill the coals out onto the floor opposing you? It's a cement floor. There's nothing that's really going to set fire.
I think I want to try and aim it. Do I want to try and aim it at the cultist that's south of me, or do I want to aim it outside of the door? Because we never closed it.
You did not close the door.
So okay.
Burn someone.
Yeah, I think I want to try and, like, as I accidentally push it over, I wanna accidentally push it over towards the cultist south of me.
Okay. You made a
This guy.
convincing sort of theatrical performance of accidentally tipping over this brazier full of orange hot coals, perhaps a low flame. However, trying to hit that cultist is going to be a ranged attack with a improvised weapon.
Ooh.
So we'll call that like a -2. I could look up the rules. -2 just feels right.
I don't know,
Ranged attack, and you know what? We'll call it medium range.
medium.
It's also a -2,
Okay.
so a total of -4. Doable. Certainly not easy.
So for that, do I have to what should I roll for that? Or is there something that I have that I
Let's
can
see.
use for that?
I was going to say shooting, but you know what? It's more like athletics. It's definitely more like athletics
Athletics.
because it's more hurled
Okay.
or slung or kicked
Yeah.
than it is like a device that
Yeah.
fires.
She's aiming in a different way. Oh no. Can I Benny that? I would love to try and Benny that.
Absolutely. Give yourself another. I was going to say a -2 because it's medium range. In my imagination, I'm seeing this as being right on the line between short range and medium range. So instead of invoking a -2 range penalty, I split the difference and make it a -1.
Okay.
So you'd be a -2 because it's a improvised weapon with an additional -1 for the range.
So it's 3 in total.
It's 3 in total instead of the 4
Got
I
it.
originally had it thought of imposing.
Oh no! Do I catch Shep's jacket on fire?
Oh no!
Why am I always hurting myself? I roll critical failures too often.
This brazier is much heavier than you thought it should be. It looks just like a metal serving tray with a couple little stubby legs. I mean, yeah, there's some coals and stuff, but how much could a couple cheap pieces of charcoal really weigh? It is much heavier than you thought. You raise the toe of your shoe up to try to kick it and spray those coals. But what happens is it's so heavy, all you manage to do is really, upon the uplift of your foot, is rock it a little bit away from you. And upon bringing your foot back down, because you expect it to just kick the thing, it tips precariously towards you. And I would really like an agility roll. Target number
Agility.
it's the ubiquitous 4.
Yay! I didn't ruin Shep's jacket.
A 9 is a success with a raise. You managed to avoid 3 or 4 flaming briquettes that are propelled back your way as this thing tips away from you and then lands with a thud and rocks up a little bit in your direction. Some of them spill out around your feet, but you manage to avoid them. Nevertheless, you bruise the, I'll call it a knuckle, the knuckle of your big toe.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
going to be,
always hurting myself.
that is probably going to swell up and really, really hurt. And sadly, I'm going to have to
There it is.
impose a single point of fatigue from
Yeah.
scrapes and bruises and swelling.
At least it wasn't your butt this time.
I was gonna say, at least it wasn't my butt this time, because that seems to be the popular part.
What kind of
But
shoes do you think that you are wearing? I'm going to say probably like athletic shoes of some
oh,
type, canvas sneakers.
she wears canvas shoes, Converse sneakers. So
And
her hurting her foot is very viable, because that's just cloth.
they're probably laced, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like those gym shoes or anything. Like, it's not like Shep's Doc Martens. They're like big old boots. They're gonna protect you.
Yeah.
Nah, she got canvas shoes on. She's hurt. Every time. Alright, well, I would like to make her, like, react to it, like, genuinely. She will react to the pain. But she'll also just be kind of, vocally, like, a little louder than she probably should be. It's like, oh, ow, I'm sorry that I almost turned out your light.
That's close to a scream.
I was going to say they're going to obviously know that you tried to kick those flaming briquettes at one of their number. But on the other hand, you did get a success with a raise on your performance roll. So I'm going to say that's probably good enough that it's not immediately apparent. So I'm going to use your performance roll. Looking back up.
You did genuinely, like, yelp out in pain, I would think.
It was an 8. I'm going to roll. And Savage Worlds gives you this sort of nifty little, it's like if you want to make a roll for a group of people, you basically roll one die for their sort of group roll, and you give them, just as a group, 1d6. Almost like a wild die, as if they were wild cards. But they said that's a kind of a reasonable way to do a group roll. So let me bring up one of these, just one of these cultists.
Out here rolling critical failures.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible they could critical fail.
Let someone else critical fail besides me.
I'm gonna make it a group notice roll. I'm gonna first roll a d4 for their notice. I only got a 3, and then I'm gonna give them another, as a group, one single d6, a 4. Neither of these comes close to the rather excellent performance roll you make, and you probably you're not acting, you really are in a bit of pain as you reach down and clutch your toe and stumble a bit towards the manacles to the west of Sophia, because it would make sense. That'd be kind of where you were going to begin with, for you to cross that closely to the brazier. Have to be careful there, brazier. So sure, complete your move. On a good roll, they would have realized it's a ruse, and they likely would have responded as if attacked.
I shall. With my little yell out, hopefully Shep and Erica will pick up on it. Oh no, I'm sorry. I almost turned out your lights.
I'm glad you said that. It's probably a reasonable time for me to hit the start round 1, and we'll go to cards on the combat tracker. And sort of use this as a combat. Okay, that makes sense. Cultists up at kings and queens, players down 9 and below, just the way the dean likes it. Although I would,
Oh,
I would
huh.
I'd be it wouldn't be fair for me not to offer
Sophia,
each
all
of
the
you
way at the bottom.
the opportunity to use one of your precious bennies to draw a new card. I'll always give you that opportunity. And if I'm remiss and I forget, you can always remind me. Would any of you like to try your luck at getting a better card?
I would.
I think you drop a
I
benny.
feel like that's worth doing.
When you've got
You do have many of them.
6.
Never mind. I'm not going to bother again. That's just bad.
Well, instead of your 4,
remind me.
Another 4.
You did another 4?
Yes, I got another 4. It's a different color.
Pair of 4 showing.
If
Oh
we
my
get
gosh.
worse, is it the best one that we've pulled, or is it just the last?
One.
Okay.
What's the best one?
You got the same
Okay.
number.
Where do I drop the Benny at?
Right on
Remind
the
me.
card showing next to you on the combat.
On the combat tracker? Yeah, on the card.
I think there's like one exception to that rule if you have like the hesitant hindrance there's or the careful planner hindrance, or it might be an edge.
Don't have.
I
do have hesitant. Let me see.
There's one that when you, it's like if you get the lower number, it works to your advantage in a certain situation.
No, that's this one. I just have to take the lower number.
I like that one, says the dean.
What is it?
Maniacally.
Hesitates in stressful situations. Draw 2 action cards in combat and act on the lowest. If you draw a joker, yeah, it just never shows me what I pull.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and try it and see if I can get better.
Oh, roll an initiative with disadvantage.
The nifty little show cards and hide cards button. You all might not have the benefit of that, but
Okay, yeah, and it automatically kept the 9 for me.
Yeah, I see a 5. But why don't I see both of
your? I just got.
Why don't I see both of your original cards?
I don't know. It's never showed me both.
Oh, but if I read, that's I mean, it's not what I expected that show cards button to do. I expected to see both your cards. But I do read down in the die roller. You've got the hesitant hindrance. Your other card was an ace of spades.
So yeah.
With the hesitant.
So it didn't make a chance. So
you drew a 9.
We've been cursed.
Tried to one up it. Got a 5.
Yep.
No harm, no foul, really.
Yeah.
It's just my guys really good.
I wonder. Do I wanna?
You can draw. You can draw more than one card if you want to burn more than one Benny. I won't stop you.
How kind. I think. I mean, I'll give it one try. Maybe I'll beat the cultists. Maybe my luck will change.
You could get a joker. Or you could get another 7.
I got the same thing like Sophia did.
Your pair of 7 beats Sophia's
I got
pair
a
of
7 spade instead of a 7. What is that? A club? Oh Lord. What in the world? Forget this. Forget this nonsense.
They say, is it fate is a fickle mistress, or is it luck is a fickle mistress? Both apply in this case.
Man. All right. Well, that's that. I'm staying nestled in between everybody, it seems.
Yeah.
Erica, I'm not going to burn a Benny for her to redraw. She's going to sit pretty at 6.
Erica's learned her lesson.
She's fine right there.
I'm tempted, but I sort of play her the way that I, as a player, am. And I tend to hoard resources instead of spending them.
Yeah. This one was...
But then again, you know what?
What would Shep do? He would try to get in there as quick as possible.
You heard Ava in pain for a hot second.
I'm the dean, and I have a pool of dean bennies that I can use as I wish. In other words, I can use it for any combatant that I run, be it a friend or foe. That being the case, and since y'all did y'all, I'm also going to I'll try to increase that 6 just to see if I can get another 6 and complete, the 3 pairs. No,
Come
I
on,
do worse.
Erica.
I get a 3 of diamonds. That's not good, but
It's not with us today. These cards.
it's okay. It's really okay.
It's the Savage World's deities looking down and going, Nightsteed, you had way too many jokers in your last game.
All right, I'm going to start combat. Unless
That's right.
any of you shriek out, no, wait, one more card.
I think I'm good. I don't have enough resources to be spending like that. I already hurt my foot.
Yeah.
Probably going to be limping her way home.
The cultist behind the altar draws a long, wave-bladed, ritualistic sacrificial knife. The blade on this is, longer than like your chef's knife in the kitchen. It's probably, 14 inches of blade with that sort of wavy, like evil cultist kind of design to it. Probably has a blood channel carved down the center of the blade. It's got a handle wrapped in some sort of red leather, I'd imagine. This individual draws that blade. Says, bring the small one, in a voice that is definitely female.
I'm dying again today, y'all.
Next combatant. This cultist.
Not letting that happen.
This cultist
Again.
carefully steps around the lit, positions themselves like they're in that square, but they're kind of in the corner closest to you guys, trying to avoid that brazier and the spilled bits of flaming briquette, and is going to reach up and attempt to snap closed the manacles on the wrist. Probably could do. Well, goes to try to snap your rightmost manacle, Sophia.
Okay. Can I prevent this from happening?
See, this individual raises your arm as you're standing there, and in truth, this is a little inside baseball, perhaps, but they're not really expecting you to put up any sort of a fight.
I know.
So, sort of raises your noodle arm, raises your right noodle arm with this individual's right arm. So this individual reaches across its body, grabs your right arm, lifts it with its left arm, grabs that manacle that is open, and prepares to engage it. What you can do is, I guess, attempt not to let the cultist complete that action.
I
resist, I guess.
Yeah, wrestle him away from the manacles.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that's going to take a...
It says athletics covers wrestling.
Yeah, it's going to take opposed athletics. Since I'm trying to act on you, I roll first.
Yeah.
Try not to laugh, but it's an unskilled roll. Oh, but I ace, and I got a 4.
Okay. Oh boy.
So let's see. I have
Sophia.
five GM bennies. I should probably reduce that by 1. No, he's not going to burn a Benny. He's happy with a 4. You can tell by they can tell by your noodly arm that you're probably trying to resist just as a reaction.
I do want to use a Benny on that. I can do that, right?
All right. He's got your arm up. He's got his other hand on that manacle. He's prepared to click and then go to work on the other one.
Come on, Sophia.
I know.
Wait,
I know.
why-
That told you
Why
that
did
you're
I
that?
can try one.
Why did that roll as a D4 instead of a 6? That's weird.
Wait, should it be a 6? My agility is 6.
What
No,
was your-
the
what was your
first.
athletics?
Oh, the trait roll. The trait roll. That's what it was. I was like, wait, why is the first one a D6? But I
Because
see
that's the
now.
one that rolled higher, so it only shows
Yeah.
you 1 die. And it tells you your trait roll, your athletics roll. Is your athletics indeed 4?
Man.
My athletics is a D4.
Okay. So
We-
your 6 was higher than the 4 in this case, so it shows the little diagram of the blue.
Yeah.
Your athletics roll was the higher, so your wild die didn't do too
I
well
can't
on
even.
attempts number 2 and 3.
I'm gonna try to Benny this one again because this seems like really important that I don't want this to happen.
Yeah.
Come on.
You got
Hey.
a 4.
So let's
So-
see. I'll check it on you. No, you have to. Yeah, I think you have to tie or beat me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens if you match?
Interesting.
There's a thing I was hoping to do, but I don't know if it's possible.
I think I think the tie goes. Does the tie go to the actor or to the actor?
I don't know.
Interesting.
It-
Interesting.
yeah, because I think in D&D it goes to the
107.
to the one who's fighting against it.
I'm not going to spend
Yeah,
a lot of
need
time
it, I think,
researching
right?
this.
But I don't know if it's the same for Savage Worlds.
I think it's going to go to the cultist because he actually did not beat. But I will tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not super sure myself. I'm gonna be a sacrifice. Goodbye,
In the
cruel
back of your
world.
mind, you're going, Ship's going to say, I told you so.
I know, right? He already did. He already did say, I told you so. He's like, listen, if things go down, I'm about to pop in guns a-blazing. I was like, I appreciate that. But I don't know how far I'm gonna make it. They always want to go after the small one.
What's it called?
Never the most colorful, just the small one.
I'm trying to remember the word opposed. Opposed rolls 88. Page 83. 87. I was right here.
Out of
Opposed
all
rolls.
of the
Okay,
tests
so
I've ever
let's see.
done, I've never tied.
Sometimes rolls are opposed.
Right?
The attacker gets a trait roll, then the defender attempts to beat it. It doesn't say beat or tie it. Reading further, so it looks like it's the cultist that wins. The exact skills used are decided by the GM, la la la. Try to pull something from each other's hands, they make opposed strengths. This is very similar to that. Sneaking up is like notice against stealth. The acting character, which was the cultist, in an opposed roll, gets his trait roll first. I did and rolled a 4. He must get at least a basic success, which is a 4, which I got, or he fails. The next, let's see, the defender rolls next and must meet or exceed the first characters. So, I stand corrected.
So
Yay!
I get it.
You win. You are not.
Yay!
Yay! That's good to know, because I don't think we've ever actually like matched
Right.
in like a contest.
What? Hey,
Possible? Can I use this the I guess the wrestling we're doing in the moment to like push him to the ground
no,
and
you
oh,
can't.
oh.
But on your turn, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
This was
Okay.
simply an opposed roll. This was simply a
Okay.
test.
I got excited. I'm free.
You get to go. I would say soon, but in a couple cards. In a couple cards.
Right.
He says, it's a woman's voice. Sarah, this one isn't affected.
Oh, Sarah. Oh,
That damns Miss Tinsley.
Miss Tinsley.
Sarah
one-
Tinsley.
This one steps forward and is going to try to grab you, Ava. Try to grab you and pull you up to the altar.
oh boy. I mean, my fellow noodle-armed friend had to go through so many bennies.
I think it was worth burning bennies on.
Nah, you should have just been locked up. Grappling opposed
they're
roll.
not. They're not planning on locking me up, but
No, they want to kill you.
they do.
I assume that's where this is going.
Tries to grab you by the wrist. Tries to. Oh, only gets a 1. This is probably a good time.
Yeah, I would.
Gee,
I mean, I will attempt to maybe. I wonder if I can, because I know that my athletics is not that great, but maybe I can kind of do a slip.
What happens is this individual is obviously not skilled in the grappling arts. Tries to reach the first time, grabs your wrist too loosely, and you just twist free. Tries again to grab you with the other hand, and just misses. Just you twist away, and this individual,
Oh, like as a reaction, and they're just not.
just fails. Well, I burned a Benny to try again, and just comes up squeezing empty air. Hold still. A man's voice that is very high pitched and reedy says, sort of like the guy in The Princess Bride, the short guy that you defeated my giant, so you must be very strong. You defeated my swordsman, so you must be a warrior. You know that sort of high reedy affectation to his voice.
I wonder.
Just out and out misses you.
I'm trying to think in the moment that I want to use this, like, oh my god, they're everywhere!
Well, the third one hasn't acted yet, but he is about to.
I guess to prepare for further grabby hands, I would like to keep trying to be a little agile. I want maybe like feign, like, oh my god, I'm having such a brain fart right now. Like, I can't remember the word.
On your action, you can do, I think it's called like evade, where you essentially add 4 to your.
Yeah, like I want to make it kind of like, I want to make her kind of do like a ragdoll thing where she just kind of becomes dead weight suddenly, so it kind of like catches them off guard as like an agility based thing, because she's just going to be slipping. Kind of like a little baby tries to escape your arms.
Okay, it's not your turn yet, but defend. A character can choose to focus all her energy and skill into defense against melee attacks. By using the defend maneuver, increases your parry by 4. And if I'm not mistaken, don't each of you have a little bonus to your armor? Maybe a couple of you?
That's right.
We have toughness.
Toughness.
Yes. It's been added onto our toughness.
Oh, and it's a 4 too. This may have been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, this was another time where I think you, Shep, probably rolled. That last roll was quite good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
We
is
had a
the
really
one
good
that
armor
Did
one.
it affect all of you? I see
Yep.
Shep
Yes.
has a 4. I see
Mhm.
Sophia has a 4.
Yeah, because we have Squirrel Girl, Gambit, Wonder Woman, and I'm trying to remember
Batgirl? Was it
Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
Batgirl for Little Miss Erica.
Yeah. So
Cool.
okay.
I was just checking, yeah, because it occurred to me that you should have a reasonable armor class. So you can choose to defend and take an extra 4 to your parry, but it's not your turn yet. This ritual steps forward, drawing a wickedly curved dagger. In the combat tracker, I have them targeting you. And which one?
Oh boy.
Which one is this? Yeah, I just.
The guy behind
which one says targets Ava? It's cultist number 3. So let's see. I advance to the next combatant. This next combatant is going to try a dagger strike with its fighting, and its fighting is only a 4. We'll see how it rolls. Just a 4. A 3 against your parry misses. And again, you probably twist to the side, and the tip of that nasty, ceremonial, sacrificial dagger probably goes a solid 2 inches into that soft drywall behind you.
My foot is giving me a bad time. Can't stand straight.
It's just the cartoon where I don't know, like a cartoon character takes a whop on the head and a little knot comes up and you can visibly see it throbbing angrily. You can imagine that's your big toe. Advancing to the next combatant, who is Shep with the 9 of hearts. Not a good roll. Not a good round for the cultists so far. Shep, you're outside, and it is your turn.
Okay, and I heard the thing for what Ava said.
Well, I don't know. You didn't really hear a scream. You heard an exclamation of pain, like an owl. It wasn't very well. Yeah, it was kind of convincing. But
Did it sound like Ava?
it did.
Yeah.
It did.
That's all he needs to know. Apparently.
And from my vantage point here, which one has the dagger going for Ava?
The one directly south. The
That
one that is
one?
closest to you is holding Sophia's arm, his right hand across his body, holding her right hand, trying to force a manacle clasp on her wrist. The one that's in the middle, if you will, is the one with the dagger. You see him pull it out of the wall.
Oh, hell no. All up in hoods and everything. No. Bouillabaisse.
Yes.
As soon as I heard that owl, it came. I was getting everything, and I'm going all in.
You pull out a small mother of pearl looking disc, about as big as like a silver eagle, I guess, like a collector's coin, bigger than a silver dollar by a little bit. It's got a nice sort of brass band around it to keep it from getting chipped around the edges. You sort of pinch it between your thumb and forefinger and point it. Say that magic hot fish stew word and cast.
Yum.
And I believe that I need a spirit roll at plus or minus 0 from you.
Okay.
To activate that. A success. You can tell me, or you can select your targets. I believe it is a small burst template. It's often it's often the case that you have like only one target. In this case, there were a couple. Um, I mean,
Would
do
I
you
be
want
able
to
to get
target like
those
that?
two?
I mean, if you want,
Yeah, that's the
if you
two.
want, I'll
I
let you
was
get all 4.
no. Susie came in right here, so he could try to aim at
Okay.
both of them.
Okay. So I think you would like control click both of them, and before you roll, we'll see.
Mhm.
Oh, I see you did that already.
Mhm.
Outstanding. I was messing around with the small burst template
And then
just because it's the API and user interface is so cool. Before you roll that sweet damage, let's make sure that you have the 2d4 effect,
yeah, I
or
think that's
2d6, I think, on a
yeah. I
raise.
was going to ask you to double check that because I remember the
Yeah,
last time it was messed up.
yeah. Bolt looks like it was left in a consistent and correct state. I see.
Okay.
2d4, yeah. Double click those 2d4 and let's apply some damage.
I'm going to Benny that.
Somewhere a
Benny.
sad trombone plays. Perhaps it's on the cassette, the reel-to-reel tape. Dum da dum da dum da. Wah, wah,
I
wah.
like this one better.
Oh, okay. I see a 6 followed by a 6
Ooh.
followed by a 3. And yeah. Let's see. 1, 2.
We don't like no hoods around here.
All these cultist hoods.
Let's see. I think it's only fair to split the difference instead of trying. I mean, soaking 3 wounds for these is going to be darn nigh impossible. But for one of them, I'm going to use one of my own precious GM Dean resources. Drop it on that little drop of blood that says 3 on it in a most disconcerting fashion. And try to soak. Oh, the sad trombone is still playing. Womp, 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 womp. I only get a 2. Yeah, out and out. Kill them. This, it's, while their ceremonial vestment, their garments, may have protected them a little bit from the scalding hot fish stew that you have just sprayed at them, almost fire hose like. It does not protect them from the myriad little tiny triangular serrated edged pieces of clam and oyster shell that pierces them, and the accumulation of many, it's like death by 1,000 cuts, right? Knocks them both out. So let's see, what do I applied the damage to the first one. Yeah, bleeding out, you think? And on the second,
It's just a little.
That was worth a Benny.
That was really good.
That was amazing.
See,
okay, so let's see,
this
why does that second one not have that same effect? Let's see why that is.
it looks like it only
Okay.
took it to 1.
All right. I had to hit the little running man, the little effect button. I'm going to set the other cultist. It's 5 wounds.
Can you
It
drag
may
and
be.
drop the damage?
It's easy for me to just kill him because I think what happened was I dragged these 3 as a group, and although I see like it only applied it to, I see cultist.
Yeah, that's all
5
it says.
toughness 5, 3 wounds.
They were all 3 intertwined together.
Oh, I can't just drop it on him.
Mega cultist.
That is rather nifty. I'll apply that damage as well. Yeah, I knew something was amiss when I didn't see the roll. Yeah, the injury is permanent. Ha, no kidding. And I'm going to click on the.
See, you don't get Ship's protectiveness streak
Oh, look at
from
that.
his valve bop,
Yeah.
set on high.
I don't want
know.
to. I don't want to misrepresent what happened. They do not turn into puddles of blood. They are they are actual corporeal beings.
Yes.
They were human, totally completely human, and they fall, and pools of blood probably begin to seep and form beneath them. Shep,
Nice.
I guess you called out and said, oh no, this isn't going to happen. You said the magic word. You used um, the device. I don't know how many
Mhm.
feet you moved to get here, but if you
I was at 4.
if you want to use any remaining movement, feel free.
Okay. Let's see. My remaining is 2 more. Yeah, I'm just going to come over here to the corner and go. Lay scream.
You'll scream.
All right. In the resonance of your scream in your own ears is alien and foreign to you. Perhaps the voice is a bit deeper than you remember. The slightly different timbre, such as the effect of switching bodies, so to speak. Shep's player has helpfully advanced his turn to Ava. What would you like to do? We talked about the defend action. It's a possibility.
Yes, but the one that had the dagger is now on the floor, right? Or is he the one that's to my left?
The one that brandished the dagger is the blood smear to your immediate south on the map.
Yes. Okay, cool.
I'm not saying that the other one doesn't have one, but that was the only one brandishing it.
The guy that is to the left of the map here, next to me, he's the one who is holding on to me, right?
Try to initiate.
Oh yeah, try
to initiate a grapple with you. Failed to grab your wrist, and also I tried a Benny and failed. So that individual was ineffectual at grabbing your wrist.
Okay. I am going to be super relieved that I am no longer about to be stabbed.
What would Squirrel Girl do?
I want to scoot over. I guess try to go over these bodies.
Okay.
And
ordinarily you would evoke an attack of opportunity. However, you are not an unarmed defender, because the other individual that you are sort of leaving their range is not currently holding a weapon.
Yeah. No brandishing. So I want to chill over here. Can I do a multi-action to grab Sophia to move with me towards the entrance and then attack with my slingshot?
I consent.
Sure.
Is that a multi-action possibility? Or is that not
Depends how far you want to move. If you only move half of your movement and she comes willingly, then I will not impose a multi-action penalty. But if you want to drag her your full 6 squares,
over 1 square. So if I move half my movement, that's 4 squares. That's not bad. I can scoot.
Sophia's not fleet-footed, and neither are you at the moment. With your toe, feeling like it's growing inside your Converse.
Just like limping. Like, Sophia, come over here.
I mean, I will give you 1 more square than is indicated. Oh wait, you started from up against the wall. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I was
that's
up
good.
on the manacles next to her, and then I moved down 1,
That's good.
2, 3. So I've moved 3 squares worth. I'm trying to bring Sophia with me so that she can be basically me and her and Shep form a line at the entrance.
Tic-tac-toe. I like it. I like it. Sophia, you can move
Yeah.
yourself down there.
And
You can put yourself right in a square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right there. I think that's where Ava's intent was.
And then from here, I will use my slingshot. I want to try to use the salt bomb to see if I can aim at the face to try and, like, I guess hinder the cultist that was next to me.
Sure. You know
Um,
soap suds work.
soap says, I don't have soap today. If only I would have just shot my soapy holy water in
That was
their
in the
face.
Robert E. Lee Engineering and Applied Sciences, or
Right? All right.
building.
So the multi-action, I clicked the little action button. So the multi-action will already give me the negatives. I assume.
No, I think let's unclick that because I'm not going to charge you a
Oh,
multi-action
okay.
penalty. Since you really only moved 15 feet,
Okay.
dragging a willing Sophia, who's usually not as fast as you, but right now is closer to your speed. You move 15 feet.
Yeah.
You sort of brought her along. She hasn't moved yet this round, so we'll consider that a wash.
Okay.
Without penalty, you can shoot this salt bomb.
Here we go.
Do you have them selected?
I sure do.
No. The D4s roll like a field of caltrops. Medium range, target 4 is a hit.
Yay. Okay. So, I was aiming with my with the salt bomb.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
Let's see. This is the one with the woman's voice that did call out and use the name Sarah, I believe. This individual is going to have to make a vigor roll. I'm going to give a slight bonus as that cowl that hangs over the face is going to protect the eyes to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But I like creative play, and that vigor roll is a success.
Ooh.
Probably hit like right along the seam of that cowl. Half of it exploded in the cowl, the other half on the hood, on the top of the head. Probably shrieks out something like, "You bitch!"
Hey now, you don't have to be so salty, Karen.
It's probably got her hair parted on the side, multicolored streaks, you know. She's got that Karen cut.
My gosh. That's so funny. All right. Well, that'll be it for me. Just chilling here. Let me end my turn. Call out to poor Erica. Shep has already done that. So silly.
You bitch.
How dare you?
Comes around. Gun ablazing. Aims. Character sheet. Inventory. 1. Handheld. What the heck is a handheld? Weapons. Colt. Carried. Not carried. Equipped. Very good. Now, if I go over here, do I see that? Still don't. Maybe I have to click on the little sword button. I click on the sword button, and I still don't see her firearm in the combat tracker. She targets a cultist. I expected to see under Erica in the combat tracker that Colt 45. I don't, though. So let's see. She's going to take a shot. I'm going to impose half cover since she's behind an altar. Believe a -2 is probably the number I'm looking for. It feels right just intrinsically. Page 97 and 99. Oh, that's 3 pages ahead. No. Medium cover, half the target. It's about half the target. So I'm going to impose a -4 on Erica. She's going to make her combat roll. At -4, gets a 0 with her 4. She has bennies. She opts to use one. This is the sort of Erica thing that she would do. Benny. Before I drop that Benny, I'm going to reinstate that -4 so I don't forget for cover. So I don't think it would automatically know that. And try again. And hope that the D8s are rolling. A little bit better, a 1. See, I used my last 2 bennies on opponents, so I will try one more time with my own DM Benny. Try to split it evenly when I have people playing on both sides. Even worse. Bang! Bang! Loud shots echo through the storage room, and you see 2 bullet holes open up slightly off center of the person known as Sarah in the wall. Pew, pew, little puffs of drywall, dust. Damn it, my fingers are smaller, she says.
Tis the life, Erica. Tis the life.
God, need a child's gun or something.
This is why I have a water gun.
Sophia, goes to you. What would you like to do?
I want to throw one of my cool new knives at the person right at the altar.
Okay. She's got cover. You've seen it's hard to hit with that half cover. She's sort of half hidden behind her, lower toward you, from the waist down, stomach down.
I've got nothing to lose.
Target, and let's take a quick look at what the
except a $500 knife.
What the range on this little devil's going to be. I'm sure there's a throwing knife or something. Lasers, modern firearms, rifles, machine guns, submachine guns. Oh yeah.
Wait,
now we're
machine
talking.
guns? What? What are you looking at?
Now we're talking. Just paging through the book. Yeah, let's see, modern, futuristic, and modern.
Like, these cultists are packing more than we thought.
I can Benny that.
Hold on a sec. I have to tell you what.
Okay. Let me know if I can't Benny that.
There's going to be a -4 penalty.
Jeez. Okay.
For the cover, but I'm also a dagger knife 3, 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Too close.
It took it into
4, 5.
It did the medium range thing.
Oh, it did medium range. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Mhm.
awesome.
it's
I was just
automatic.
automatically did it.
okay. So
Because it did it for me too
I
for
have
my
functional
slingshot.
tools now.
nice.
Yeah.
If you're gonna Benny that, type in a -4 for cover, a
You got it.
-4 penalty, bringing your total
Wait,
minuses
that's
to
minus.
a -5. But 4 of that is what you have to enter. It'll figure
Okay,
the -1 by itself.
I believe in you, friend.
that's. Thank you.
Moral support. Moral support was not enough. I'm sorry.
Ah,
We can
That
let it
was
stand.
really bad.
I'm gonna just save my last penny for an emergency, and just remind myself to pick that damn knife up before we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably hit the altar. I was going to say on a roll that barely missed, would have gone past this person who has been called Sarah. Probably would have embedded itself in the drywall and just be there.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably hit the front face of the altar.
Oh wait.
Oh boy.
Looks like that's round.
Yeah.
Looks like that's
There we go.
Oh yeah.
To round 2.
I'm at
To
the
round 2.
top.
The wheels turn. Things spin. Which cultist is it 2 and which one's it 7? Actually, what I can do is click on ID, and I can tell which one is which. That's Ritualist 2, and that's Sarah, way down at 2.
Told y'all so.
I think it's fair
Yeah.
for me to announce my intent for Sarah to draw another card.
My notes paid off.
Yes, I think I'll draw it right now.
Sarah Tinsley.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a 2. At worst, I can tie. At best, I can beat everybody except Ava.
This round I have a queen.
It's fitting, isn't it? And the fact that it's the black queen of spades, it matches your hair color. So
I think I will go ahead and spend 1 Benny just to try.
okay.
I can't get any worse.
I mean, yeah, with a 5,
really.
With a 5, why not?
It got worse, but I stayed put, so
2.
it was worth a shot.
All right. I will provide the same benefit to if
Sophia's back down at the bottom again.
anyone else that wishes to draw.
Not my night.
And by that I mean others that wish to continue to draw. Please do.
No,
please.
absolutely not. I only have 1 penny left, and that makes me uncomfortable.
I know, the one that has pocketfuls of bennies all the time.
So we'll see.
Made it rain tonight.
I think we'll start the round.
All right.
Ava, where are you? Queen of Spades. Sitting pretty tic-tac-toe 3, almost 4 in a row.
I would actually. I don't know why Sarah Tinsley and co. are doing this on behalf of Heimglimmer, and I would like to know why. I want to call out and just be quite upfront about it, because is this not the same person who was at the Renaissance Fair and at the cinema opening?
Yeah, she's the one who gave us the invitation to the pre-show meet and greet.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without me even having to tell you or to make you make rolls to weave this mystery together. A Benny falls into each of your tray. Yes, this is the number. This is one and the same. This is the Sarah Tinsley that gave you the pin. This is the Sarah
Yeah,
Tinsley that is a local lawyer and a good friend of Lisa Gray's.
yeah. Like her name is very familiar, and
Sarah Tinsley was one of the names that was written in Franz Heimglimmer, also known as Frank Mance's journal, where he had 13 names written in that journal. And Sarah was perhaps number 3 after that handsome Ravinowitz that looked like the guy that
oh,
played Sandman from Batman.
the man has my heart
Yeah,
forever.
Ava's heart flutters half a beat. And also under Hector Martin, the very
Yeah.
Eric Estrada like policeman. Bad
So yeah,
cop.
those were. So we know those two were there, and we can only assume that the rest of these people who are involved are also parts of that list. But I want to basically use my turn to find out information or glean information from this person if they are willing to monologue at me. It's like, why? Why are you doing this under Heimglimmer's name?
Oh, for an adventure card.
Like, we know it's you, Sarah. Why? Why are you doing this? Do I have to roll a particular like persuasion roll or
Persuasion would
something?
work. I mean, persuasion would work if you were in more of an intimidating person. Intimidate would work.
Yeah.
If you were like a trickster, taunt might work. But I'm flexible with which role you make.
I will try persuasion just because she really is just here. She wants to know, like, this is dangerous. Like, why is this happening? Why are you doing this for the Nazi of all people? And persuasion.
These are fair questions.
Ugh. I will use a fresh Benny on that.
Blow the dust off that Benny and let it roll.
That's a 4. That's a 4. I can live with that.
Very good. Is there anything else you would like to do before we pass your turn? Sarah goes next, and that's when she will respond.
I want to step over in front of Sophia and actually unhood whoever is on the floor just bleeding out.
Okay.
Because I want to know exactly who else is in here to take note.
So let's see, I have to pull up the encounter and tell you what this other woman's name is.
I need more comfortable earpieces for these things.
Thought I had that in an encounter. Then from whence did I drag them from? Oh. Is it because, it's because the encounter is part of the plot point campaign, so I'd have to go. And I think this was actually leveled to be a junior year encounter.
Ooh.
Dr. Miller's the villainous. Texas, no, I don't see it's Dale Island.
We've skipped a grade.
Savage Tales, maybe? Yeah. Savage Tales, Curse of the Blackguard. There it is right there. Don't have their names there. I had them somewhere, but I'm sure I have them written down as well. Her name is, let's see. Let's see. I just, roll me common knowledge. I will say that, all 3 of you, not including Erica, who's not close enough, can give you a common knowledge roll.
Ooh.
That kind of makes
I would
sense.
hope
I
the
am local.
local. I'm gonna hope the local would remember these people.
Sophia, the times that you've gone with Shep to purchase baling wire to affix around pieces of leather as preparatory ritual components for his armor spell, you recognize her face as someone that works at that um, feed store. That feed store, you will remember, also has like the symbol of a cat on its like front, facade. Forget what the name of the company is, the name of that feed
Shep
and
just
tractor
looks.
supply store is, but you recognize her. Shep, not only that,
That's
um,
unfortunate.
she
Not
graduated.
really. They were my parents'
She graduated a couple.
competition.
She graduated a
Ah,
couple years ahead of you. She's kind of a stocky, unpopular girl, and her name was Samantha Della Rosa.
Again, why you be helping the Nazis?
She's got
Right.
kind of like unfortunately plain features. Was never popular, always a little bit ungainly and awkward, somewhat stocky. Uh, but yeah, you recognize her. She may have even sold you some of that baling wire, or gave you
Hmm.
for free some of that baling wire.
Oh,
Since it
no, I
was
doubt
right
she
at
would
the
give
end.
it
Well, if it was at the end of the
for
spool,
free.
it was probably a 6 foot length of it,
No,
and she wanted to
like
put
I
up a fresh
said,
spool.
my parents own a feed store too. We're competition.
Gosh, what's the name of that? If it occurs to me, I'll let you know. I keep thinking it might start with a T, but
Are you talking like Tractor Supply?
yeah, it's like
Hmm.
Tankito, something, I don't know. Okay, it goes to Sarah Tinsley. You will have made a persuasive roll. Knowledge rituals. Notice
Ellie, I mean, I only rolled a 4, to be fair.
fighting. Okay.
But
Oh, she rolled 2. Fails. Her roll. With the doctor and the cop out of the way, I will rise to my rightful place as the head of the blah 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 blah. She says something in German. Schwarzgarde, something like that.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Since you've
And
succeeded,
Shep looks down at his arm. No, you're never going to be good enough for that.
It's like, I don't know.
Heimglimmer, once he returns, will thank me for my aid and lavish me
Turns.
with valuables, and eternal beauty, she says.
Uh-oh.
And probably in a flourish, she will, as a free action, pull back her. She is not the Jennifer Chapman who was the woman in the pictures in Heimglimmer, also known as Mans's House. This is not the statuesque black-haired raven, one-time beauty, still very attractive, but who's started to show some signs of age, crow's feet, and perhaps like the lines that join the nose down to the mouth, down to the sides of the chin. This is not her. This is the business owner gal, as she pulls
Yeah.
a gun from the folds of her, the pockets in her
Oh no.
baggy
gun.
um, cultist
And don't die,
robes.
Sophia.
And she's like,
Wait, why? Why me?
You're the one who died in his vision.
Oh, heck, that's right.
she's like, one's shooting a a wrist rocket, one's throwing sandbags. She doesn't know it was really salt. She's like, but the other deserves my attention. And she points at Erica. I'm going to also give Erica some cover here. So Sarah Tinsley, control click Erica.
Mm.
And it still did not target Erica. Drag the target atop of Erica. It's not letting me. Is it her? Is it really her move? Yes, the pennant is there. It's her turn. I have a little. Oh, it's
Is
the. I was trying to
targeted?
drag. There's a couple things that look like little targets, and there are three. And I managed to try to grab the two that don't work, that aren't for that. But this one, dropping on Erica. And as we are an hour and 15 minutes in, it's a good time to take another short break and come back for a third hour. So I'm going to stop this recording right here, almost half triggered.